Instill in them, it's great when they don't react. Because we get in this mode where it's very popular to fake and chop on their face. Or fake and they do this and then you Harlem shake, right? Because it's sweet, we juke them out. But the best part, my favorite thing that happens is when he stops wasting energy defending my fake. It's my favorite point of the match. Because then I get to start just getting in there and scoring some points. When I start faking, and you do this, and you do this, right? It's all good. But it's not as emotionally gratifying when I fake and it's like, whatever, right? It's not as emotionally gratifying. But it's better for me. Because I set, I go. So that's one. Body fake. The second one is, I just want to show the kind of the area. So body fake would be, hands length, put myself in a position. Next one, I learned this from watching a technique video from one of Andy's good friends. He's a Russian kid, Krukov. He's a couples-time world champ. Really good, but this is a mid-range fake. And I watched this video, I'm like, how is he not exhausted? He fakes 40 times a match. I'm just like, he just goes, and it's every 2 seconds, literally. He's like, fake, pop, and it's constant. I'm just like, that's impressive. But, so, using your hands to sell your fake has changed the game for me, and how I perceive fake. So, when I do a mid-range fake, all I'm doing is, I'm going to do this with my foot, I'm going to move my body a little, but I'm going to whip my hands, and I'm going to have a stopping point. I'm going to have a jerk motion with my hand. And it sells the fake so much more. The speed change plus the hand motion changes the fake 1/8. Because you need so much movement with your legs to make them think you're coming. If I don't use my hands, he's not, if I do this, he's not going to react. It doesn't feel great. I don't know. No. So, if I'm lower body faking, it's got to be like, woo, like, kind of thing. Exhausting. Mid-range fake, most of the action is, it looks like this. It looks robotic and silly, but I have my hands down ready to catch if he shoots, and it just goes, I just point to the leg I want. That's one. The speed change is also important, because if you don't have the speed change, it's going to look like this. That's not realistic. If he's not going to react to that, he might actually just swat the junk out of your head. You got to stay tight. Right here. Here, just real so. I can literally do those. I can do those all day for 6 minutes. Let's do that. I don't want to. I'll just like go. Sean, 30 minutes. True story, guys. The hands, incorporating your hand action into your fake is huge. With speed. Okay? So I know there's fancy fakes out there that, kind of thing. Keep it basic, keep it simple, small step, and jerky action. So that's mid-range fake. Again, to stress the mentality here. Faking even more so than hand fighting is, you might not see the fruits of your labor with your eyes. I know our eyes are one of our favorite senses. I know it is. You might not see the fruits of your labor with your face. But if you have ever wrestled someone who fakes a lot, it absolutely sucks. It's terrible. It makes you feel sloppy. When you shoot offense, you feel slower because you're not set in the right position. It's terrible. And so, that being said, both guys can learn from these drills. Don't overreact, don't underreact to the fakes. Be don't get emotionally exhausted when a guy knows how to fake. But on this side is, oh yeah, I know, I don't care what he looks like. This is not fun for him. And eventually, when we start getting into the upper levels, the different, his heel in the mat a half second longer can be the outcome of the match. His heel stuck in the mat for, at first he's here, and then he's here, right? That half second can be the difference between whether I caught it or whether he jumped over my head. That hip set can be the difference between did he smash me with his hips or did I get in and then he hit me with his hips. Big difference, right? You feel hips coming in, terrible. You feel hips when you're already in, time to fight. So little differences. Winning the small battles. Third one, tie. When I'm in a tie, I do a stutter fake. So this is kind of, I would say this is one of the most basic fakes. I do it a little differently. All I do is, it's just the basic wrestler step, basic wrestler movement, fast. Change of speed, right? So, we do back leg forward leg. So the basic stance, it's that exact step. I do it fast, and I incorporate a hand pump. So right here. So my basic wrestler step is back forward. When I do this fake, back forward. Just a fast one. Pop, pop. I was going to slow it down. Medium speed is right here. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. Fast speed, right there. So it usually comes off the tie. And these are the ones that you can get them really moving. You can keep your hand on. Right? So these are the ones, this is more of a transitional fake. Got a tie, stutter fake, switch the tie. Stutter fake, switch the tie. That's more of a transitional fake. So those are kind of the three that I do. Again, I'm training to be an Olympic and world champ. I have to tell myself that this is doing something. So I know for a fact, when you get back to your rooms, and you tell your athletes, you should think this way, it's not going to come natural to them. They're not going to buy in like this. Heck yeah, coach says fakes work, let's go. Fake, I fake all the time. I still have to convince myself that, hey, it's worth putting this effort into these positions because they work. And I have to constantly revisit. And there's sometimes where I'm like this, I'm up like 30 on this college kid. And he's kind of tired. Maybe I'll just blow his head over. No. Right? That's the time where you get it in your head. Until it becomes second nature. At first it was like I was thinking about it and I had it missing. Now I'm at about, 15 to 20 fakes a match, comfortably, before I have to start being like, more fakes. Right? I want to get to the point where I'm doing a fake for every 5 seconds. So that's the idea of training that motion and getting that body control. And it all stems from what I was talking about, getting that body control to have an idea in your head, watch it, make a translation, and make your body do it. So that's one big thing. There's subtle little movements that help you create motion. So, again, I want to quick review from body fake here, which I would say that's probably my favorite that I use the most. And then from the top. Nice stuff. Okay? So, creating that fake motion, hand fighting motion, shadow wrestling, hands and feet move at the same time. What's time?
10 minutes.
Huh?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay, so I'm just going to go into one offensive misdirection skill. Probably my favorite misdirection. My favorite two moves combined. I do it a lot. And it's snatch single to low single. So I have so what misdirection offense is this. So now we have hand fighting, we have fakes. Both of those are important in this. Both those positions are important into this. That's why I spent, the majority of the time talking about those. Perfect. Misdirection offense is, I have the same setup, or very close to the same looking setup, to option A, and I have the exact same setup, option B. This is like that way, misdirection. He doesn't know which way I'm going. I have the shot from both sides. It looks like the same shot. So, I don't know. I kind of think my DM so much. Well, I go normal side. All right. So, righty. I'm a righty. 80% of my opponents are going to be righty. But still more. Predominantly right-leg leads. So what? I don't get a lot of straight snatch singles because, on bottom, what Coach Ware and Coach Waller were talking about, train both sides the same. It's good. But this is on the feet. It's a big telegraph if I have a snatch single and I have to do this. Right? Switch my lead leg. So the most you can do out of your most comfortable position, the better you're going to be disguised. So that's kind of the idea. Trying to disguise everything you do. So I'm a righty. I love snatch singles, but I had to do this for a long time, and it wasn't realistic on the best guy. So I developed a cross leg snatch single, and so I'm going to show you that, but it gives me a little more speed, but my position suffers a little just for a second. So, depending on your philosophy on wrestling, this might not be for you, but just bear with me because the way it's developed in the system is it sets up my next attack very well. So, cross leg snatch single is this. I use it off the hand fake. So, again, right here, this is the setup. I'm coming in, and I'm showing them I'm sold out to the hand fight. I'm banging them around, I'm popping, I'm moving, I take them off, I push them away. Whatever it takes. I show them that I just want to go. Right? When I get ready to do this, I go like this. I stagger my feet, my toe points at the leg I want, and I flare my hands up like this. On the retract of my elbows, when I feel them get to the end, I let them recoil, and as I recoil, that's my cue to go for the shot. That's what my hands do. It helps me keep my elbows down. I don't want to do this. This is too slow. I literally do this. If I've been hand fighting this guy well, he's going to react. I need an inch. I don't need him to go, but I need this. That's what I mean. I need an inch. So Penny and I are doing this. It's just natural. Right there. Natural. Drilling your arms. Natural to want to go meet him 50-50. Here, I take a big step on or inside of his foot, and I take my inside step, snatch single. So what it is, it's across the body, but I keep my head inside. How I describe it is, I glue my right ear, if I'm a righty, I glue my right ear to my right shoulder. First thing that hits is my left shoulder in his hip. That's the first thing that hits. I miss his leg, and I lock my hands. I shoot to the lock. I don't like being friends with his leg. This is a bad snatch single. Hug me, right? One at a time, not as effective. I shoot past his leg, hit him with my shoulder, lock my hand. Here. So now that I'm in, notice, I'm a little lower than I'd like to be, so here's where the adjustment comes in. My head's still up, I drive off my lead leg swings, head swings, I throw my head, get into my good position. So you're one strong position, you're one move away from back into your good position. So, from the fight, bang. Right through. Up. Here. Head swings out. standing side. Okay? Snatch single, across the body. Most important thing is this timing. Let me talk a second about positioning in the stance. Rewind. My knee and my shoulder always lead the way. When I'm faking, my knee and my shoulder always lead the way. I don't ever fake like this. My knee, you have to picture halfway through the toe. Straight calf is no good. Knee and shoulder always lead the way. When I do my stance. It's quick, more mobile, you shoot. I'm ready to cut. I'm ready to be headed this way. I'll be cutting my ankle. I'm ready to cut into it. Okay? One of the biggest ways to defend row singles is adjust your stance. Not have a heavy leg. Okay? That being said, the timing for the shot is this. Shoulder leads the way, knee leads the way, I'm falling forward. I don't do this. I'm falling forward. I catch myself with this step. Falling forward, boom. Top, the hand. Okay? Real quick into the next position. How I teach misdirection is if you can do the first shot, you do it, always. It's not a fake and a go, it's a shot and a go. It's a shot to a shot, it's not a fake to a shot. So on command, we're wrestling guys that adjust, they're good, and moves like that. Now like Andy was saying earlier, the nice thing about going from high to low is you can depend on the guy not to sprawl to his hips. If I try snatching when he sprawls to his hips, I'll lose it. It's not going to happen. He reads that I didn't go to a knee, and he pulls like that. Pull your leg back with a strong hip. You're going to have to push the other one down hard. That's the idea. Same exact shot, I go for it. I missed it. Oh, I got it that time. Good. And take it. So that's the mentality they have to have. Option A. Now, boom, here. Look at the position I'm in. Look how close my hand is 6 inches away from his foot. All I'm doing is I'm going right into my low single. I'm going here. I'm going to roll over my toe. I'm going to slide on my laces. Shoot my shot. So it looks like this. Same exact setup. Got into my low single position. One thing to teach on the low single. The position of the low single is key. I shoot to my laces, slide on my shin. So, that's my position. This is not preferable. It kind of gets me in this teeter-totter move. So I put my head down. I slide right to it. I feel my hips with me. I grab, I should only be grabbing shoe. If I'm grabbing skin, it's not a low single. This is not a low single. This is not a low single. Alright? If he's grabbing shoe, my forearm stays on the mat around his toe.